say that like that.
Hey man, hey, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan, okay? I will ooze wherever I like.
This one drink that's not even bad, you won't drink. And I'm confused. I am in anger.
Good for you guys. I don't watch a lot of movies. I go outside. Okay?
Welcome to the Too Many Words podcast. I'm your host, Isaac William Joseph. Sitting next to me is my best friend, Jordan Van Cleve, and we're joined over the phone by the official third wheel, Seim.
Okay, we will critique that later, but yes, this is episode 121 of the Too Many Words podcast. Welcome to episode 121. 121. That's insane, dude.
121.
121. That's Rockstar. That's Rockstar right there. How you doing today, Isaac?
I am. So it's weird. Like, I am exhausted, but like I'm in that coastal point of exhaustion where it's like I'm sitting down and my work is done. And so I'm just getting full-fledged fulfillment. What's it called when your body gets that hormone of feeling good?
Hemoglobin? No, I'm just kidding.
Did you say that you were getting insulin? Is that what I heard?
No, it's the happiness, the chemical. What is it?
What is it?
Are you talking about?
It was like a TikTok buzzword like a few years ago.
Yeah,
like everybody was using it
it's crazy.
Serotonin,
Dopamine.
That
or
too.
dopamine. Yeah, like I am happy because I am resting now, and so my tired body, although tired, is getting every ounce of satisfaction right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm very happy for you about that.
Yeah. That's the most thorough answer I could give to feeling good.
Seim, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. What about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good myself. I had a nice long day at work, I guess, and all day I was struggling. I was struggling with like a lot of things. Just I was like, I was very tired, just kind of all day, and I was struggling doing basic things. It was just weird.
Real quick, get word of the week set up.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
While he does that, I'm going to give you the slowest explanation of the date and time right now, while Jordan gets situated. It is November. November what, you say? Actually, oh my gosh, it's not November anymore. It is December 1st. Yeah. Wow, that's trippy.
Did you just say that it was November?
We're in the last month of 2024. I'm not ready for 2025.
I am not either.
I am so not. Like, there's another level of feeling old when the date is 2025. Like, man. What? But anyways, before it's 2025, it is obviously still 2024, December 1st, 10:04 p.m. Now, Jordan, what's the word of the week, baby girl?
Quagmire.
No way.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Your boy's still
Did you not hear it?
Sick from the weather.
No.
It's Quagmire.
Quagmire. Wow, I did not think that had like a real meaning to it. What does Quagmire actually mean, Jordan?
A difficult situation. The teen's repeated behavioral issues eventually led to a quagmire at school.
So do you think the play on words in the show... Well, that's an ad. You think the play on words during the show is just like him getting himself into trouble because he's a sex man or something?
I don't know. I don't know.
Giggity.
He's a sex man.
Who else but Quagmire? It's Quagmire. It's Quagmire. Okay.
Man. Okay. Well, that is the word of the week. I encourage all of our listeners to use it. Quagmire. Just this week. Who knows? Who knows what I'll...
Why is Seim snapping me as he's on call? Your notifications will show up on recording, Seim, just so you know.
All right. So that's 3 out of the way. We got any announcements for Scaldstone as a whole?
Check out the short film.
Yeah, our short film debuted. Oh my goodness, this last Thanksgiving. And of course, the rate is going to slow down. That's just what's going to happen.
It doesn't seem slow to me right now,
bro,
dude.
We are netting at least 100 views per day.
We've gained a bunch of subscribers. We're 4 short of 300 now.
Really?
Yes.
That's just awesome. That really is awesome. Where does the short film sit at for views right now?
This is at 321.
Yeah, it was at 321 last time I checked.
When was the last time you checked? Because it was at 317.
Only like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
But wow. Like, okay, so like that might dip into side quests a little bit. But I am really, really happy with how well the reception is for Peace Walker. How I feel about Peace Walker personally in the final edit. We'll get into that in the side quests. Yes.
Okay.
In the side quests. But yeah, and as for other announcements, we've had an episode of a series that you haven't seen in a long time, which is Unfadable. You've probably only... This is literally the 3rd time it's happened this year where Unfadable came out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But, our good friend Mike Kingston, you saw him a little bit.
Good friend of the pod.
Yeah, good friend of the pod, yeah. A good friend of the channel, actually. Scaldstone Productions as a whole. Mike Kingston has always been a really down-to-earth, transparent, legitimate guy. Where are you going?
Keep talking.
This was a conversation I was having with you, but I guess I am talking to Seim. Seim, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm talking about how I released an episode of Unfadable, the 4th installment ever of Unfadable. My conversation with Mike Kingston. He's really trying to push his Kickstarter for his new comic book line coming out called Friday Night Bigfoot. It was a short story in one of his booklets. It's gonna kill me not figuring out Tales of the Road. It was a short story in one of his Tales of the Road booklets, and now it's expanding on it, where Bigfoot learns how to professionally wrestle, and he's at 70% funded as we speak, out of 10 grand. If anybody's watching right now, please go to Kickstarter.com, type in Friday Night Bigfoot. It's actually a really cool story as he shares it. And if you want the original short story, just go to his shop, Headlocked Comic, and get that that booklet of Tales of the Road. But yeah, we had a short conversation. Go watch my interview. When it comes to journalism, it's not like the craziest deep cut questions, mainly because I really wanted to just hit on the topic of his latest Kickstarter, which is Friday Night Bigfoot. The not lemon lime elixir. Sorry, Jordan's.
Well, I figured since you already had one, we could just do both.
Let's do both.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I am really, really happy and satisfied whenever I get to do an Unfadable episode. Just like the theme music, it brings me back. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right, But it was nice because like Mike Kingston, although it was another interview which, you know, the professionalism is just a little bit upper compared to Too Many Words. Too Many Words is not strictly unprofessional. It's way more lax, way more casual compared to the setting that is Unfadable. But like, you know, there was not any jitters involved in interviewing him because like he was legit, like talking to a homie, you know. And I feel like we've really developed a I got your back, you got mine kind of relationship, and I really appreciate that, Mike, if you're listening. So yeah, go watch the latest episode of Unfadable. It is officially not on Spotify anymore. I mean, there's the first 3 episodes still on there. I don't think I'll ever take those off, but Unfadable is now strictly a talk show.
Awesome.
Why is it a talk show?
Just because I feel like I don't want to get so soaked into having multiple podcasts. I feel like there should be a unique element to everything that we do. And, you know, I feel like Too Many Words can really be a backstage element to what we do on Scalded Stone. And, you know, it's our premiere podcast because it's got a little bit of everything that we do. And we talk about a little bit of everything that we do. And so, you know, this is our trailblazer. This is our cornerstone. This is what started it all, really. And so, like, it's just another element of how everything that we do is a little bit different from everything else that we do, you know? Like, The Scalded Stone is our website. That's where you can do reading, you know, read scripts, short stories, fantastical stories, real stories, stuff like that. Or go to Scalded Stone Productions. Scalded Stone as a whole, this is how I see it. Scalded Stone as a whole does video projects, but Scalded Stone Productions in particular makes short films, you know? Mm-hmm. But as for Unfadable, that is our interview talk show series in which Isaac is the host. We got What's New Wednesday, which is a toy news show, you know? And then we got One Good Question, which is going to be our first short form content series, you know, because...
Didn't the first one release?
No, that actually comes out this Thursday.
Dang.
It's really exciting. So if you haven't checked that out yet, it's on all of our socials. It's...
Can you schedule shorts like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if I want to make it a legit short if the cap is 60 seconds, because some of these answers take us over 60 seconds. And so I'm thinking, like, it can still be in this vertical format with maybe advertisements on the side saying what this series is. Kind of like those Vine compilations from, like, middle school and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it will be really good for, like, our reels, like on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. And so that'll be like a whole new avenue to what we can access for entertainment and stuff like that. And it's not good just for our audience. It's good for us because we have a show dedicated to tying us to people who we have one window of opportunity of getting in good ties with. You know, RVD was like super excited to be on episode 1. And when that releases and we like tag him and maybe he sees it, he's like, oh man, you know, these guys, they're pretty cool. They were really nice when we did that. And maybe they follow. Maybe he follows. You know, that'd be so sick.
Yeah.
You know, Rob Van Dam, bro, one of my top 5 performers of all time following the freaking, oh my gosh. Dude, sorry, we're getting too carried away in announcements, but yeah.
You are.
Short film, Peace Walker's out. One Good Question coming out this coming Thursday, so it's probably out as we speak right now in your time. And Unfadable's out. And also, never forget about Love Pastor Debbie. Love Pastor Debbie so much. Her and I, we actually had a conversation about how she's done over 20 episodes now.
Wow, that's crazy.
She's almost been doing this for half a year.
Wait, there's 20 episodes out?
22 came out today.
Really? I didn't realize it'd been that long already, I guess.
Yeah. 4 more episodes. She's been doing this for 6 months. Isn't that awesome?
I thought she was on episode like 9.
No, it's incredible. It's incredible. Time flies when you have a podcast, friend.
Yeah, it
all
does.
right? Seriously.
All
like,
right.
if you're waiting for a movie that's coming out summer 2026, start a podcast. It'll come out tomorrow. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Instagram followers.
Oh, do we have new Instagram followers?
I don't know. You gotta check that one.
Oh, it's okay. I'm pretty confident we have gotten new Instagram followers. But, we've been getting followers on and off on the Scald Stone Instagram. That launched recently. I think we got about 30 followers there now. Yeah, we got
that's
exactly
sick.
30. We'll stay just announcing followers for the podcast only.
Yeah,
Because, it's on Too Many Words. We'll announce for Too Many Words. You don't really get a shout out if you follow Scald Stone, but it is nice if you do follow Scald Stone because that'll be a central hub for basically everything else we do for content. So
Yeah.
also, if you want to get in on the One Good Question series, it's essential to follow the Scald Stone.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Any new followers?
let's take a look.
It's only been a week, Doug.
Yeah, haven't gotten any new followers, but hey, here's
That's
the
all
thing:
right.
we haven't lost any followers. We sit pretty well above 200, 206.
All right. I guess the famed return of hot takes. Hot
Oh,
takes.
thank God. It's not like we haven't been waiting for this forever or anything.
I'll admit I flipped through them this time to actually pick one that I thought was actually going to be entertaining. Everyone should be required to take etiquette classes in middle school.
What do you mean by
Define-
etiquette
define
classes?
etiquette, yeah,
You gotta take the card at face value.
it's such a broad term.
So I don't really know what it means by etiquette.
I mean, I learned.
Like, are you talking about like table manner etiquette? Or are you talking about just manners in general?
Well, I
Or
was about to
like-
actually mention we learned table manners in 2nd grade. Like it was fun. It was like a field trip. We went to Olive Garden.
Fucking what?
Yeah,
Really?
Our whole class. Went to
Wait a
Olive Garden.
minute. You're fucking telling me that they took you to on a field trip to teach you little snot-nosed brats some table manners?
Yeah, it was actually really cool. Like it was funny because this was of course the early 2000s or maybe mid 2000s, and they paired us up, boy and girl, and the boys were taught to pull back the seat to sit the lady and push her chair in and have your silverware a certain way and get your elbows off the tables and stuff like that. And I would be surprised if they still are doing something like that in elementary schools. But I learned cursive in elementary school as well.
We all do
They obviously, people are still talking about how they discontinued doing that.
because it's pointless.
But when it
What's
comes to
pointless?
etiquette, it's still
Cursive.
too broad of a term.
Cursive's not pointless.
I think in terms of having a really cool signature, cursive is definitely really awesome as a base.
Or if you really want to woo a woman, you write her a love letter and you write it in cursive. It shows that you actually care.
Yeah, it's also a test
Dude.
for if you belong to that woman, because if she can't read it, well, on to the next.
I took, the
I'm
whole
kidding, I'm
cursive
kidding.
thing in school, 5th grade, 4th grade, whatever the fuck it was.
There have been some letters that I've forgotten how to do in cursive.
I know how to write 3 letters in cursive.
Like a Z? I don't remember how to do a Z.
Cool.
I can do JVC, that's it. I used to still know my whole name. But no, I don't really know that anymore.
Do you pull a Jesse and freaking write your name and just print on things?
For the most part, yes. I mean, when
Oh,
I
for shame.
do sign something, I put scribbles that are vaguely in the shape of what I remember cursive my name to be.
See,
Dude.
when I came up with my signature, I wanted to model after athletes, because back when I was collecting ball cards, I would see how some athletes would do it, and like some of them would write down their jersey number, and I thought that was really cool. Obviously, I didn't go that far with putting down a jersey number because I'm a regular human being. But a lot of them,
birth year, right?
what?
You put down the last 2 of your birth year, right?
No. I didn't
I
do
was
any
like,
numbers or anything like that. What I did adopt was
0,
taking
0.
a lot of these guys
99.
did their first initial and then like the first half of their last name if it was like a long last name. And so for the longest time to this day, even though I'm thinking about changing up my signature for the creative side of what I do and just having like a business signature for like taxes or freaking whatever, for the longest time, my signature has been I.Ling, you know? And people are like, this is your name? I'm like, kind of. It's my signature. As of a 17-year-old, that's been my signature.
See, when I sign for things, I do try to do my full name and, like I said, the scribbles. But when I'm doing just a signature, it's just my initials.
I could
JVC.
write my full Isaac William Joseph Lingelbach in cursive.
Disappointed fan, seriously, what are you doing judging you, GIF? That's what Seim has sent us.
Wonderful. Never do that again. Should etiquette be in classes, Jordan?
I'm going to say that is literally what you took, or I guess what you did in elementary school. I think it could be something that they could implement in high school as like an elective, just for fun.
So wait, why is the school responsible for teaching the children how to be responsible people?
Well, now we're getting too far outside of the card.
Is that not a parent's job?
A parent's job is a lot of things that the school is usually taking care of.
There was home ec in middle school.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying, quite literally, like the way I'm taking it is the fine dining aspect, like doing all these things the high proper way. Things that we as Americans just don't really do at all.
What if your parents?
You're
lack
telling me
all
that you
table
don't
manners?
know. You're telling me you don't know the difference between a salad fork and a regular fork?
A salad fork has 3 prongs.
Yeah, okay. So you're educated on that. So why wouldn't you pass that on to your child?
It's unnecessary information.
How is it unnecessary?
Who the fuck uses a salad fork?
Well, let me tell you how unnecessary it is.
You're telling me that you want them to take a class on it, which they're not even going to remember any of it anyway.
That's why I say it should be in high school as an elective. You have a higher chance of remembering things you learn from an elective course because it's something that you wanted to take. Like, that is statistically true.
Who is going to want to take that class?
I don't know. Someone.
What would they label it? Fine dining experience
No,
class?
it'd probably be like home ec.
I guess they could just slap it on the home ec.
Just be a unit,
Yeah.
between.
I guess
knitting
that makes fair enough. That's fair enough. I think that's a good point.
basic etiquette. Put it in school because I promise you, some of our parents lack it. They cannot teach you.
I don't think it would matter if you taught
Let
the newer generation etiquette anyway, because they're just going to look at you and go,
Skibbity
well,
toilet.
Let me.
Skibbity. That's so Skibbity Ohio Riz.
Oh man. Let me tell you how irrelevant the knowledge of a regular fork and a salad fork is. By bringing up the next segment, what we learned this week. I learned that a salad fork has 3 prongs.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Hit him. Hit him now.
I'm not going to hit him.
I have another thing.
I don't blame him for not knowing that.
I did not know that. No.
Oh
sir.
my.
This is America.
So? I knew that.
All right. Well, I know
Okay,
what we're going to ask this week.
Do you know the difference between a dessert spoon and a soup spoon?
A soup spoon is more round.
There's such thing as a dessert
Okay,
spoon?
so yes.
Soup spoon or a dessert spoon is what the typical spoons you see. It's going to be kind of a bit more pointed because you're going to want to like take it so you can kind of not exactly, but you can kind of spear the dessert a little bit more.
I
It's
swear
just
to
gonna-
God.
How is it that Jordan knows these things but
I
you don't?
swear to God, it's probably because he's worked in the food industry.
Actually, no. I learned it all from TV.
What, bro? See, I don't know the difference in silverware just because it's.
We're not that far apart in age. It is amazing that I learned from my parents, Jordan learned from the television, and Isaac just didn't know.
Well, see, don't forget, I was raised by boomers, and I was raised with us almost essentially complete freedom. So like, yeah.
Wow.
You heard it here, folks. Send your kids to your grandparents more often.
No.
Yeah.
Jordan has some straight boomer takes. It's ridiculous.
Yes, and they're the right takes.
That's that boomer ignorance that just came out of his face.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. But anyways, what did we learn this week? I actually have a legitimate answer. And it's probably going to be another thing that makes Seim go, you didn't know that?
Just about everything you say is Seim goes and does that.
Apparently, Big Bird was almost on the Challenger.
Okay.
Did you know that?
My disappointment is immeasurable. I hope you understand.
Isaac didn't even know about the entire Challenger tragedy until he was in college.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I was 19.
Oh my!
You know the
my
teacher
God.
that was on that was from Iowa,
Really?
like local.
Yes. You even have you live in a state where this is actually relevant information, and they actually do teach it in schools. So I'm
Yes.
surprised that you do not know that.
We
Yes.
never talked about it in elementary, middle school.
They didn't teach him anything
High
about
school.
it at
Bro,
Urbandale Public Schools.
The only reason why I know it is because of a freaking whim where I took the writing class in college, and he just decided to talk about it that day.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, that's crazy how that happens. Like, actually.
Like, it wasn't even like a point of his teaching that day. He just mentioned it because
Like-
he was a little bit of a talkative Tammy. His name was Chad Wolf. Dude, what a name. But anyways, I YouTubed it like right after class, and I'm like, wow, that happened on live television? That's crazy.
It happened on live television on January 28th,
National television.
1986.
He knows
Yes.
the date, too. I didn't even know that. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't know it off the top of my head. But, like, a few of the teachers I had, and I think middle school, like, knew her. So, like...
See, I didn't
Well, I don't know how you didn't learn about it, because I learned about it in middle school at DCG. So I don't
Well,
know how
I
you
knew
didn't
about it.
learn
Yeah, that's exactly where I learned about it. Middle
Okay,
school in DCG.
So what is it with freaking Urbandale that they don't teach this?
I don't know. They're too busy teaching elementary students how to do fine dining, apparently.
We're gonna go to Olive Garden. We have this thing that's actually important information and is actually relevant to our state.
Oh!
But you know what? You're gonna learn how to freaking pull out a chair, kid.
I can definitely put to debate that me learning fine dining is more useful than knowing that a freaking spaceship blew up. Okay? I guarantee it. Okay, there's more kids that run into using fine dining skills day to day more often than how to make a spaceship that doesn't blow up. Guaranteed.
Well,
All right.
Do you know about the Hindenburg disaster?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you know about a blimp exploding, but not a spaceship
Do
exploding.
you know about 9/11?
I only know about the Hindenburg because of a card game.
Well, that happened on May 6, 1937.
Believe it or not, I learned about the Hindenburg from Indiana Jones the first time I watched it.
That was also another thing I learned in school.
I was
but,
still.
We definitely talked about it in school. 100%.
I was still a late teen by the time I learned about the Hindenburg.
I was like 7.
But funny enough, the Hindenburg disaster was actually talked about in our chemistry class.
Fun fact, the Hindenburg
Yeah.
and the Titanic have the same percentage of survival rate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually really interesting.
But anyways, how about you gents share what the frick you learned this week? So maybe I can clown on y'all for not knowing it until this week.
Jordan, you go first.
Can I use what you just taught me
Sure.
about the survival rate of the Hindenburg
No, I
and the
just said that
Titanic?
within this episode. So.
Because like that's actually really neat. I did not
It is.
know that.
Well, they're both in like the 50s and 60s.
I mean, that's still really close.
Yes.
That's crazy. Interesting. Let's see. What did I learn
Yeah,
this week?
I learned that from a Would You Rather game.
Really?
Would you rather be on the Hindenburg or the Titanic?
The Titanic, because I know how to swim.
The problem wasn't people knowing how to swim. It was how cold the water was, Seim.
Yeah, but I also know how to fight, so I'm going to punch people off the
And then he's going to get
tree.
arrested.
See. Well, I can't be arrested. It was survival of the fittest. They weren't fit enough to survive. That's not my fault.
They're going to do a mutiny against you. All
I punched.
7 of them.
I uppercutted Rose off that damn door. Okay. There's enough room on this door. Damn it.
Oh, man.
I'm coming up there one way or another.
Oh my goodness, that's actually crazy.
It'll
what did
just
you
be
learn?
me going.
What'd you learn this week? This is the craziest what we learned this week segment ever.
Let's see. Let me see here. What happened this past Thanksgiving happened this past week. I learned. Here's a good one. So I learned that if you keep spray cheese, like the Easy Cheese spray can stuff, if you keep it in your car overnight when it gets really cold, all
This is
the
what you call a
CO2
good
will
one?
seep out. It's good considering it's something I actually learned this week.
You know what? That is good advice for people to avoid that situation.
Yes.
For
I had
all
to
you
cut open
cheese
the
whiz
can
lovers.
and scoop it out into a container.
It was horrible. Terrible experience. Very unsatisfying.
Simon, what'd you learn this week?
If you want to ruin someone's day, give them a can of Cheese Whiz without any CO2. For real. Like, the excitement's there.
If you really want to ruin someone's week, what you got to do is hide a can of soda in the back of their car.
No, that's just yeah, that would actually ruin someone's week. Just don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's just not nice.
But yeah, Simon,
Especially now that the weather's cold, it would just explode, and then they'd have this like icy mess in the back of their car.
Simon, what you learned this week?
Let's see. I learned that friends can be useful when it comes to heating your home.
You learned that this week? God.
See, I would hook you up with firewood, but like I said, I
My
just
disappointment is immeasurable.
I guess I needed to take you and your truck to my grandpa so he could actually see your truck and truck bed, so he could know how much to charge you.
My day is ruined.
But
Well, I got an entire load of wood for free.
this is true. You also had plenty of your own wood at the old house, so
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't even bring all of it
yeah,
on this go around. My truck bed was just too full.
yeah.
Yeah.
But free wood
Okay.
is always going to be better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you guys with a what you rather, but I gotta gather all the information first.
Okay. I guess we'll move on to get them lips wet. It's time to get them lips wet, baby girl.
Sure.
So we're gonna start with the one you've already had.
That's not it.
I swear to God, I reached for the right one and then I grabbed the wrong one. So this is Super Elixir, I guess,
You can get them
Hero-
at JCD and Hobby,
Hero
locally
Hydration.
owned around here.
or you can get
It's the
them
only
at Hy-Vee.
place- It's the only place I've ever seen Elixir.
They're at Hy-Vee right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hy-Vee or JCD and Hobby.
24 calories per bottle, 2 grams of sugar, 13 vitamins, no added sugar. This is a citrus honey lime. It's from Marvel, and partnership with Arizona Tea.
Yes, sir. One of the coolest designs ever for a bottle.
It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool.
Elixir. LXR. Super clever.
It is.
Welcome to the Too Many Word podcast. We like tea.
This is true.
We do. We do.
This is 10% coconut
I am
water.
a tea connoisseur.
So I'm gonna try this myself first.
That reminds me. Hey, guys, if you haven't watched our tea gauntlet tournament where we try literally
It's
just
a good
about
watch.
just about every tea, lemonade, half and half we've had access to, at least in our immediate area location. We do that and figure out the best one tournament style if you're into that. So
It is a very good episode.
check that
It's
one
still
out.
one of our highest viewed episodes.
what is it?
actually.
Episode 106,
Something like that.
104?
I think what makes the episode really great is the reaction to the landlord and savior coming up and seeing our fantastical mess on the ground.
Yeah, it's actually the episode that inspired our new way of title cards
Yes.
for our
Audio
listener
episodes.
audio episode.
I actually really like that the audio platforms have their own unique covers, like
Yeah.
cover art.
Like I said, every
really-
aspect of what we do here.
So
You gotta-
talking about titles, I really loved what you guys named Jordan's solo episode.
That was all.
That was ingenious, Isaac. 10 out of 10.
Thank you so much, because I was like, what the heck do I do for this? You know,
What do I name this episode? Oh, I know.
'Cause,
The
like-
ongoing joke that we use when we need to like just fill in just silent
Yeah.
space.
yeah. It's like, hey, nobody else could do a podcast right now. Jordan, go say something funny.
James actually commented on our most recent episode that aired yesterday, and he's caught up already on it, and he sent me a message I think last night, and he really enjoyed the one that I said when you said, Jordan, say something funny. So, and you don't even know what it was because you
well-
were completely zoned out.
Didn't I say that was like actually funny though?
No.
No. What did you say?
You'll have to watch the episode to find out. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna definitely be
You know,
that
one
guy.
of these days we should do a supercut of everything you've said for Jordan to say something.
Okay.
funny.
That would
So-
be really funny.
So before you take your drink and rate
Oh,
your drink,
well.
I've got the what you would rather ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather be on American Airline Flight 11 or would you rather be on Malaysian Airline Flight 370?
370 is the one that just disappeared, right?
Yep.
I never, out of everything,
Do you want me to inform you on what American Airline Flight 11, what happened to it?
go ahead.
That-
Go ahead.
Isn't that the one that crashed into? It was one of the 9/11 ones, right?
Yeah, good job, Jordan. Knowing your history. Good job. 10 out of 10.
Is that specifically the one that?
It's one of the ones that hit the towers, yes.
Okay.
So I think one of my biggest fears is legit going missing.
Really?
The amount of stress and fear and all the bad that I would put my family through if I ever just went missing. There's no closure in that.
No, there's not.
There's like I hear people I hear stories of people going missing on podcasts. And years go by and people are still holding on to that 1 ounce of hope that maybe they run into that person that went missing. I don't want to put any of my family through that. And for that to be the simple fact, I never want to go missing. I'll go Flight 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordan?
I'm gonna do the other. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do the go missing one, cause like who knows what happened, right? Maybe they got abducted by aliens. And I guess
See, I would just want to choose American Airline Flight 11 just because the fact that I'm crazy enough that I'd probably fight. So
I guess true. But like they do say the aliens they live in the oceans. Apparently, that's the thing right now.
so all of the weird sea things that have happened throughout the course of human history, that's all been aliens.
I guess.
So the Kraken was just a hungry space monster. Got it.
I guess.
So, we have officially just tried the Arizona X Marvel collaboration Super Elixir lemon lime flavor. I've tried that flavor before. It was exactly how I remember it, which is, see, as much as I love iced tea and lemonade,
That's a little different.
it is a little bit different. I will admit, because it's more of like a hydration drink,
Yeah.
like a sports drink. It empowers your electrolytes and stuff like that. And so, putting that into consideration, it does have that sports drink taste, which I do not like. But something that has happened with almost a grand majority of lemon artificial flavored things, like those lemon head candies.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah, I know you do. You said
I hate
that.
them so much, and anything that reminds me of those, I can't get it. I can't really.
I'm
enjoy
gonna
it
give
too
my
much.
opinions after we've tried both beverages.
I'm
so.
going to, because it's Arizona, and because it's Marvel, it is a fun experience nonetheless. But I have to give it a 4.5.
Dang. Like I said, I'm gonna wait till you drink that one before I give any of my
I have
opinions.
not tried this one, Marvel's Super Elixir.
So that one
Hero
is
Hydration
the peach mango.
peach mango flavor. Yes. So
I think
this
you'll
is
be-
also a very fun bottle.
I think you'll be very much so more pleased with that one.
Okay, I'll do my own separate drink review. So today I'm reviewing Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero Sugar with a splash of raspberry rum in it. 10 out of 10.
See, I told you you'd be more satisfied with that one. He's taking 3 drinks of that
The
one.
peach mango is amazing, actually.
Apparently, it's much superior than the other one.
It is.
I will
It
give
really is.
I will give that a 7.5.
I really enjoyed both of these. I think the lime is what throws it off for me for the lemon lime one. I do quite like this one. They are both very good. The peach mango is definitely leagues better. So I'm gonna give the lemon lime a 7 and the peach mango an 8.
All right, nice.
They're both fantastic though.
I will say I can't exactly hate on either of them. Just
Let me-
because
let
I
me get
just
another
have
drink of
like
that
a
one.
very bad mental connection with the lemon lime.
I give both of the ones that you guys tried a 0 out of 10 since I was not able to experience it.
All right,
Yeah.
The rest of that is yours.
This is a drink that I would finish, yes.
Or did you look at the calories? Is that what I just saw you do?
Maybe.
Because there's
It's only-
none.
It's only 25 per bottle.
Yeah, it's like super.
That's
duper.
not none, but
Don't worry, I've been a bad boy and drinking soda lately anyways, but it's okay. It all balances it all balances out. I've been active 10 hours a day. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna alter something a little bit. I do like the peach mango, but I can only take I can't drink. I don't think I could drink a whole bottle of that.
It is still a very strong artificial flavor coming out of this.
I don't know.
I would say this would benefit from being a little bit watered down.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that. But going from the peach mango directly back to the lemon lime, I could definitely drink the whole bottle of this way before I drink the whole bottle of that. For that exact
they're
reason.
both really strong. Really strong.
Well, see, I think this one tastes more like tea though. Like I get a lot more
of
tea from
course.
this
You
one.
know, tea has always been like the peanut butter jelly to lemon flavor.
I think that's true. True.
But yeah, that has been them. Get them lips.
Well,
wet
Seim
segment.
didn't rank his drink. His pepper
He
rum.
gave it a 10 out of 10.
Yes, I did. 10 out of 10.
Sorry, I missed that.
But hey,
I also
let's,
rated the ones that you guys tried 0 out
I
of 10
heard that.
because I didn't get to try them.
I heard that.
let's get into side quests.
Yeah, get into
Lady
side
girls.
quests. Can I go first? Because mine is shorter than
Go
yours.
ahead.
Oh. So, let's see. Obviously, we
We're
had
gonna
Thanksgiving.
start from
We had the
day
joint
he was
Thanksgiving.
born.
I went to my grandma's for Thanksgiving, And then I went to Isaac's mom's for Thanksgiving. That was fun. It was a little fun little get together with
Wait,
James.
what's
It
our
was-
meat and potatoes if we're not doing a Thanksgiving recap?
I don't know. I thought our meat and potatoes was just like our general. I thought we were just doing like one of those general episodes where we don't really have one. Because that was the thing. We didn't have meat and potatoes for like a long time. Like we haven't even gotten through all of our first segments, and we're at 45 minutes. But I guess we'll do the recap for Thanksgiving.
We can do a Thanksgiving recap, mainly because it's probably the only thing that calls for a meat and potatoes out of
I mean, I
everything
suppose
I'm
we could
thinking of.
talk more about the short film, like the production of it, and now like the actual now that it's out. And
I do have a lot to say about the short film, but let me get. Do we want the meat and potatoes to be the short film or Thanksgiving?
why not both?
Okay.
Don't forget, this is our own podcast, and we can do
You
whatever
know what?
we
Yeah,
want.
we can do whatever we want. Thanks for reminding me. I don't have a CEO to report to or something. That's awesome.
We'll just talk about whatever we want for as long as we want. All right.
We'll just title it later.
I'm sorry, but the CEO said that we can't be doing that.
My other side quest is that I got a lightsaber.
Do the thing. Yeah.
All right, that's it.
This is podcasting.
This is podcasting. Okay, it's gonna sit right there. Yeah.
How'd you get that?
It was sent to me.
By who?
I believe to be my dad.
You haven't asked him yet?
My alleged father.
Yeah. That's all right.
Wait a second. You don't exactly know where it's from? You just got it in the mail or something?
What is this deer doing? Yes.
Yeah? What's on your phone? Is Seim sending you stuff?
Yeah, he sent that to the group chat.
He should stop.
He should stop. Why?
Because we're doing a podcast right now, man.
Yeah, and?
Do you consider yourself a professional?
No.
I should have never asked.
Yes.
Anyways, clip that. What are we at? 47 minutes? All right, I'll try to remember that. That's a good promo spot. Too Many Words podcast. Always so fun. Oh, man.
All right.
But for my side quest personally, I have intentionally gotten back into anime. Kind of
Well-
happened by accident, but like the stars kind of aligned for me to be like, I really want to do this. I really want to get back into this because I used to watch a lot of Hunter x Hunter and Goblin Slayer. And then I kind of just stopped because that's why I'll always prefer movies over TV shows because I just can't commit that hard. But here I am trying to commit once again with anime because I believe there's some really awesome storytelling hidden in anime that you just don't see in most movies, American TV shows, stuff like that. And so I've gotten into an old nostalgic thing, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! The 2006 series. I really want to see the 2002 series, but that's really hard.
I
to
thought you
find
were
right
watching that 2002 series.
now. Nope. The original series is called Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters. And then in 2006 they came out with a show that was just called Yu-Gi-Oh! And that one's available on
But, like, I'm so confused. Because, like, WB 4 Kids, right? Is what it was on.
I don't know. Trust me. It says 2006 when I open it up on Tubi.
Maybe that was when the series ended.
Maybe. Either way, I'm watching it and I'm having a good time. The writing and the dialogue well, the writing as a whole has really good moments, really clever moments. They really know how to write a duel that is enticing, interesting. They're really good at being like, oh my gosh, is Yugi gonna lose? And then he doesn't. And you know he's not gonna lose, but like the writers do a really good job of making the audience go, oh my gosh, is he gonna lose? But he doesn't every single time. But it's fine. Other than that, the writing is terrible. It's absolutely horrible. But only because it caters to children. And so it kind of talks down on the audience just a little bit. Simply because the dialogue is very simple and sometimes very stupid. Like, just, something happens and then a character explicitly like says what just happened. Like, dog, you don't need to say that. We just saw it happen. But anyways, it is. But since it is catered to children, it does a really good job of explaining the cards and what cards do what, and stuff like that. So, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh is not going to be 100% accurate with deck building and how a game's gonna go and what certain abilities that your monsters can do. But when it comes to explaining what a trap card is and spell cards and stuff like that, it can really be a trailblazer to you wanting to learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. But that's like a trail that if you want to take that path, you can, but you don't have to enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh. It's really good. But the other anime is a more legitimate anime.
Also very old.
Very old. 2003, I think, is what GZ told me.
I think so.
One Piece. I've gotten into One Piece. And the biggest thing that people say about One Piece is that it's very long-winded. So long-winded that there's over 1,200 episodes in existence. And to give you some quick math, if I just watch one episode a day, every day, I'm 25 years old right now, I will be almost 30 by just watching one episode a day. And then I get fully caught up. It will take me 4 years. Guaranteed, it will take me 4 years. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, I'm not watching it to finish it. I'm watching it to enjoy it. And so I think there's a very major difference in that.
Absolutely.
And so, so far, I'm really having a good time. I've always had this feeling that I would enjoy One Piece. Mm-hmm. Seim, what are your thoughts on One Piece?
I love One Piece.
See, I've only seen
I am nowhere near caught up, and I never will be. But I do love One Piece.
See, I've only seen pictures and memes about One Piece. I liked the character build, and just watching 3 episodes, I love the character design for most of these guys. Especially the bad guys. One Piece does a really, really good job of just being like, okay, we want the audience to know that this is a bad guy, so we'll make them one of the worst people they've ever seen. And it goes into how they draw them artistically as well. Like, I've seen some of the most insufferable looking peoples ever in this TV show.
Nana's gonna be mad at you.
Mother flippers. He was gonna say mother flippers, okay?
Bullarchy.
Oh man. But yeah.
Nana, where is our swear jar?
They're supposed to be.
So like the stylistic design, I really like. The dialogue's good. I've been told that the character arcs are amazing. I mean, when you put so much time in a series with 1,200 plus episodes, I better get good character arcs, you know? Like that's like a 5+ year D&D campaign level like story arcs, you know?
Yeah.
And so I really am enjoying myself thus far. It's a very fun watch. I've been told that there's in future, episodes, there will be arcs that are slower, but in the first 3 episodes, it's very fast paced, and very good. Very good.
There's a reason it is, been around as long as it has been. It has as many episodes as it has. Like, I always saw. So they say that there's this big 3, right? And I always saw it as Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto, right? Apparently that's wrong. Apparently it's Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, I think, if I remember correctly.
I wouldn't
Bleach
even
is
put
old.
Naruto in there.
But like, the fact of the matter, it's the One Piece is always there, and like it's still running consecutively. It's crazy. It's crazy. It really is.
I've just always had a feeling that I would like One Piece because the dude wears a sun hat,
Yeah. Okay.
and
That's the only reason.
I just liked his character design, and it actually plays small part. It actually plays small part in why the Dub Smoke character existed.
Tell the people what your first reaction was when you heard Luffy speak.
Oh, I did hate that. I hated that so much.
I'm Monkey D. Luffy, and I'm going to be king of the pirates.
I slept so great. Like what? I have to hear that. Like I don't know.
What has happened so far?
What has happened so far? Well, in the first 3 episodes, he beats the snot out of this ugly pirate lady, and then he takes on board this one kid who's scared of his life, but for some reason wants to join the Marines. And then they go to this one island, and their first island they go to, there's like this Captain Morgan guy that's a terrible person, and he has an absolutely insufferable son. And there's also this one guy who's been chained or roped to a stake for many days, and that's the first guy he gets on board to his pirate crew.
Okay.
And I actually, so like the only thing I knew about One Piece was that the main character wore a sun hat and wants to recruit anybody who wants to be a pirate.
Okay.
And I was like, that sounds like a fun and inviting guy. And honestly, besides his voice, I love everything about this kid. He's not afraid of death. He walks into every room with confidence.
Yeah.
Like he has goals and aspirations, and he seems a little bit crazy trying to chase them. And that's a little bit inspiring.
I guess I did spoil one thing for you.
What, the voice of Vegeta being
No,
Zoro?
that Luffy's got powers.
I mean, it's evident in the first episode.
Is
so
it?
it's
Okay,
not
I was
very-
gonna ask if
I was going to say, there's no way that you don't know already.
Yeah. Well,
I
like,
didn't know until I started watching.
yeah.
Yeah, it's actually been one of the best kept secrets. Like, I literally knew 2 things about One Piece: is that the kid wanted to be king of the pirates, and he wears a sun hat. That's the only 2 things. And for some reason, I just had a feeling I would like it, and so far I am.
That's great. I'm happy for you.
I, too, want to be king of the pirates.
Yeah, that's such a cool title, King of the Pirates. Who doesn't want to watch a story where someone becomes king of the pirates? Like, that's so cool. And just the aspect. Because, like, us, we play D&D. We love character builds.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that this show is just a perfect setup. Because so far, the character designs for the big bads in each episode is really good. And the character designs for the people that he wants to recruit are really good. Because what I love is variety in the groups. I don't like it where people are all wearing the same thing. I like
Unless it's the Guardians of the Galaxy.
no, not even them. I was actually gonna bring up like, yes, their suits are really nice, the blue and red, but just them looking all different in like the first movie is really cool.
See, I'm not a fan of that. I like uniformity.
See, there's an extent. There's times where I like uniformity, but then there's times where I like individuality, and introduce like I don't even know what's coming into this show, but I know that his pirate crew is going to get bigger, and I know that they're all going to be different people from different walks of life, and they're all going to act different, and I love that aspect. It's why I also love putting together D&D parties of completely different people. You know, nobody likes it when there's 3 bards. Nobody.
Except
This
for
is
the
why I
bards.
like. This is why I like kidnapping random people and forcing them to play D&D with us.
Okay. Write that down for later.
But yeah, that's the long tangent of Isaac's back into anime.
Seim, what have your side quests been?
Surviving.
Yeah?
Oh, how hard it is for you to survive.
It is at the moment. I am basically back at being a caveman where I have to heat my house with fire to survive.
So,
That's not a bad
out
thing.
of all 3 of us, you are definitely the most experienced in living off the land, in which I wish to one day be so blessed with that knowledge and opportunity to do so.
It's a lot of work. I hope you're prepared.
Oh,
Just
I
FYI.
promise you, when I have a midlife crisis and retire at like 47, I will definitely go full ranch. Full ranch.
Because like right now, my main consistent things is that I come home and I work. I go right to work. Like
Well, that's because like
today.
you're also like working on your house while living in it.
It does
So
feel
this is
good to work
correct.
on work that is for you, though. Like working for
Yeah.
someone and working for yourself, 2 completely different things. There's been days where
I
I
don't
get
know.
off of a long day's work and I go straight into the writing room, you know? But that's because we love it.
I felt pretty good when I finished the floors in the Perry house. Like, even though that was work for someone else, it still
Oh.
felt good that I finished it. But
Yeah.
like the stuff I'm working on now, like tomorrow, my entire day will be spent going out into the woods and cutting falled trees and splitting them and stacking them, along with putting in my deer stand finally because deer season is upon us.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that needs done.
If I didn't have such a busy Monday, since I have tomorrow off, if I wasn't already doing like a million things tomorrow, I would probably actually take the trip out and help you, but I cannot.
It's all right. It's all good.
All right.
You should invest in a log splitter. So
It is on the list of things that I want but cannot right now afford.
I wonder, my grandpa might have one that he's
It's
still trying to get
'cause-
rid of. He'd probably
'cause
be willing
log
to sell to you for
splitters-
cheap.
Log splitters are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Like
Believe me, I know.
I went and I looked at them. There is not a single one that is not $1,000 after taxes.
Yeah,
And the
well,
ones
look
that-
on Facebook
and the-
Marketplace. You'll find a few on there too.
And the ones that aren't $1,000 are all manual, and it's like, why don't I just use an axe at this point? It's the same thing.
Hmm.
Because they have manual log splitters, and I sit there and I'm like, so
Yeah, it's-
crap your axe.
It's just where the thing just drops down on the log, right?
No, you push the lever forward, and you basically push the log into the blunt blade, and you push it through. And I sit there and I'm like, what's the point when I can use an
Son.
axe? It would probably be easier.
Simon, that's how log splitters work. You push a
Yeah,
lever.
no, what I'm talking about is that it's like 2 levers. You push them forward to push the log forward into the blade,
Yes.
and you're manually pushing the log
What's the lever for then?
for you to have leverage to push the log forward.
Huh? Okay, I'm confused. The lever should be pushing. You should push the lever, and it'll activate a piston that will slowly push it in through a
Nope,
blade.
nope, nope. That's an actual log splitter with an engine.
Huh.
What I'm talking about is a manual one where you basically are brute force pushing a log into a blade.
Interesting. I guess I've never seen that before.
And then they have electric ones, but electric ones aren't what I want, mostly because I'd have to have it like right next to the house
Yeah. Again,
or
check
buy a
Facebook
river
Marketplace,
long.
and I'll also talk to my grandpa. Maybe he might still have one that he's wanting to get rid of. At one point he had 5 of them. So
If he's got one that he's willing to sell me for cheaper than what I can find, then that'd be great.
I'm sure he's got one that he'd be willing to sell for like 500. I don't know. No guarantees on that.
Hey, 500 is a good price for a log splitter. Not gonna
You
lie.
can just start calling your penis the log splitter, and then you'll just have one.
Nana's not gonna like that one either. Nana, disappointed in
We
this
have-
child today.
We apologize for your grandson.
I will
destroy him.
misguided-
Yeah.
I think Nana does partake in the occasional sex joke.
I think we all do. I'm being real.
My Nana has said sex jokes to me.
That's funny. Your Nana is a pretty cool person.
Like, they weren't set up as jokes. But the topic of sex, comically, has come up from her lips to my ears. So, yeah.
Oh fuck! I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, man.
There's someone selling their services for log splitting.
That's fun. But hey. Oh, they're trying to make the money back on the spending the money on the log splitter.
Yeah,
Break
but
it
what?
even. Hey, can you not do the epileptic seizure on the podcast?
I'm trying not to. I don't mean to do that. That's
Does he
not my
keep
intention.
does he keep turning the seizure mode
He's
on his
playing with
lightsaber on?
his lightsaber right now. Yeah.
Can you stop?
See, I did it again, unintentionally.
Can you stop trying to give our
Good
our
thing the
listen-
camera pickup's not great.
For all of you on Spotify, it's good that you're not looking at the YouTube video because if you have
Yeah.
epilepsy, you're done.
For all of
Well,
you,
don't worry. I'm keeping it off of screen.
For all of you straight edge listeners that still tune in on Spotify because we're dead on Spotify, we love you, truly. Like, stay on that platform for the love of Christ, please.
Well, it's because our YouTube's so much cooler.
Not true. Our YouTube has more variety than just the Too Many Words podcast.
True.
But like, for some reason, we've fallen off when it comes to our listener platforms, which is just odd to me.
Well, it's because YouTube is better.
We only have 55 listens in the last 90 days on there.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
We have like quadruple that on views in the last 90 days.
I remember us having 300 views in the last 90 days, or 300 listens in the last 90 days on there. It's so weird. I think it's because we just naturally advertise less for it now.
Well, yeah. I mean,
It's
we've been
weird.
doing a lot more video-centered content.
The podcast is just...
Why aren't you pumping our listening views?
It's not that we're not. It's more so just that we are like focusing more on video, like because like there's
I
a
think
lot
when
more
it
things
comes
that are
to-
exclusive to the video version.
I think when it comes
Sorry,
to just-
podcast listeners. Apparently, you've been abandoned by
Well,
God.
we're not abandoning anything. It's just, I think when it comes to a lot of stuff that we've recently been doing,
Well, yeah, it's more visual oriented.
stuff has become more of an occurrence, and so it's like, well, I can listen to this, but like,
Sorry, we're currently trying to compete with PewDiePie and Mr. Beast on YouTube. We're very, very far away.
I think Logan still listens actively on listening platforms.
Yeah, just saying, like, if you're listening on Spotify or Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts, you are
Just know that they have abandoned you.
You a G.
No, we've not abandoned anyone. Okay.
You've been abandoned like a child at a grocery store that was not important enough to remember being taken away.
But hey, let's get into the meat and potatoes of both
James watches this on YouTube every week.
Thanksgiving and also the short film that came out
Yeah,
on Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Seim, what is your perspective on this whole short film thing?
Have you watched it yet?
No comment.
He has not watched it yet.
Seim has zero involvement with this movie.
It's true, he does. Like, have zero. But, he could at least
I'm gonna be more involved in the next one. I'm pretty sure from what I've been told.
Well, Scaldstone's coming out with a commercial. Not for Scaldstone, but I'm making a commercial in January.
for too many words.
No,
Oh, are you talking about the Misfits?
for Misfit Studios.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah.
We're gonna try to get it on KCWI.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Can one of you text me to remember that stupid hat?
That'd be an
Like
Isaac
on
thing.
Wednesday.
On
Please.
Wednesday, I can set a reminder. But like, aren't you gonna be back in town like Wednesday morning or what time?
No, it'll probably be Wednesday evening.
Okay, I can set something for the morning. But
Ooh.
oh shoot, I'll be working like all day Wednesday though. I'll set a reminder. I'll set a reminder for 9 a.m. and then text you.
Do you remember when we were recording Too Many Words in Studio 2 in the basement?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when you like would frequently go to the bathroom while recording?
Yeah.
I gotta do that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I hated that about myself, so I'm gonna choose to hate you for doing it now. That's okay. Like we're more seasoned veterans than back when, and so the
Isaac, say
audacity-
something funny.
The Isaac doesn't say funny things on cue. It's really weird. Like yeah, I have comedic takes and comedic moments, but on demand jokes, nope, not for me, sir. Except for let's see. Exactly. But yeah, I have a lot to say about Peace Walker. So much so that I'm thinking about doing like a what is it called? Not a director's cut. Where the director does voiceover for the movie. Like he does his own reaction to the movie.
Isn't that a director's cut?
No, like a director's cut is like their own edited version. Maybe it's like an extension, kind of like the Snyder cut. Everybody's like, "Hey, the Snyder cut's so good."
I'll Google it.
I think it's director's commentary. With director's commentary, Peace Walker. I'm thinking about doing something like that, which is like a big ol' explanation for a lot of pieces and helping out with just giving context with stylistic choices and stuff like that. My main gripe with
Yes,
Peace
you are
Walker-
correct. It is called director's commentary. It's a director's commentary cut.
Okay, cool. My main gripe with Peace Walker, I want to say first and foremost, I love everyone that was involved. All right, everyone from the starring acts to the background people who edited, did camera, did sound, stuff like that. I love everybody involved. I am thankful for everyone involved. I have a good relationship with everyone involved, and I do not regret a damn thing. There's not a damn thing about this movie where I'm like, I wish I could go back. Okay? Because what we have now is a movie that we actually got done. Of course, as an artist. And maybe some people on our cast, maybe somebody on our crew feels the same way, where it's like, we're always going to want to point out and nitpick things that we could be better at. And maybe we struggle with being fully satisfied with our work. And that's just going to be something that lives on forever. Is always just that 1 ounce of things of, ooh, I could have done that better, Unless, of course, you make something that you feel like is flawless. It's the perfect execution of what you were imagining, and that very rarely ever happens. Because all in all, in the grand aspect of things, making a movie is like a group project. There's going to be things that people want to try that you don't really want to try. There's going to be stylistic choices that people want to do that you're not too crazy about. Of course, being the director of such, I do have a little bit more power. But when it comes to wanting future relationships, when it comes to not being a narcissist, when it comes to learning to trust others, I do have to go against my own gut sometimes and be like, yes, let's try what you're thinking. Let's see what your vision is. What is that, you know? And I think I pride myself in being a director that knows what he wants, but I also would love to know what my actors want, what my cinematographers want, stuff like that. And so what do I love about Peace Walker is that we actually got it done. You know, we had a pre-screening, a very successful pre-screening for a very rough version of this movie, which was 17 minutes. And then the final cut is 27 minutes, like so much extra content. But I love the fact that I made a film with my grandfather. I will forever have that with him. And it's immortalized on the internet. You know, it's immortalized in our memory, in our hearts, that I have something with my grandfather. And the buck doesn't stop there with trying to recruit my family into stuff that I do, my friends and family into stuff that I do. But yeah, that's just really, really awesome. What I don't like, what I will not be satisfied with, is the final edit of the of Peace Walker. But I don't want to throw anybody under the bus because there's no bus to be throwing people under, to be honest. Because, you know, I think that my team has done an excellent level of communication, at least with me, where my editors, they're not just editors. They are directors of photography. They are lighting. They are storyboarders. They are just about everything that I didn't do behind the scenes. Those guys are amazing. But when one of those guys didn't even show up, that's a bad way to put it. When one of those guys were not invited in on the project until halfway done with shooting, that can be complicated, especially when footage isn't organized and labeled as such because we thought we were originally the only ones working on it. And then we invite someone new who we now love and will do future projects with. But yeah, there's just a lot of things that didn't go right in the final edit of Peace Walker simply because there was missing footage or there was weird angles that were the only angles to capture important dialogue. Maybe some things that I did not thoroughly communicate for what I wanted. When it comes to that, you know, it all starts with communication. And for the things that we slipped up on, simply were because we were just missing footage and also did not communicate thoroughly on what would have been the best options. But again, I digress because Jordan has done a really good job of being like, dude, you made a movie. Like,
Yeah.
you got that done. Like, you said you were going to make a movie, and then you shot a movie, and then you finished the movie. And like, not a lot of people can do that because like, it really puts into perspective because last November, like a year ago, I attempted to make a short film, and then that crashed and burned because of people not working out. And so, see, when you're young and you're new at making movies, everybody involved, it was a first on some sort of manner to make a movie. Like literally everybody involved. Some people have never acted before. Some people have never done a 30-minute short film. You know, some people have never script written and they script wrote, you know, all coming together, and we actually finished what we set out to do. Because the way I see it is the question changes throughout your career. You're a young writer/director. The first question is, can you tell a coherent story? The second question is, can you capture that cinematically? Otherwise known as, can you make a movie? We're right now at, can we make a movie? You know?
Yes.
Still, maybe even sometimes, can you tell a coherent story? You know? And so, like, when people tune into Peace Walker, yeah, it's not going to be no Godfather. Of course not.
Well, it's a short film, so yeah.
It's not going to be perfect. There's going to be a lot of nitpicky things, a lot of technical things that we will get better at.
When you consider all of the things, this movie is fantastic. It really is. I'm very, very happy that it exists.
I'm very happy that it exists too. I think eventually when we have all the production, not maybe all the production, but good enough production around something where if we really, really put our blood, sweat, and tears into the editing process and make something crisp, the question does go from can you make a movie to can you make a good movie? You know? And then eventually, you know, can you make a blockbuster? Can you make a cult classic? Can you become one of the best directors of your modern time? You know, it translates.
I think Seim has something to say.
What? What does Seim have to say?
I'm getting sleepy.
So I'm getting sleepy.
Oh God, yeah, we should probably wrap this
Well,
up.
we've got about 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes left.
We still gotta get through
I'm,
answers.
I'm holding out, man. I'm So for the people listening and watching, I work overnights. I've been awake for most of the day. I took like a 3-hour nap. I'm still exhausted.
Yeah, you're still exhausted. You
Yeah.
should be getting to
And
sleep very soon.
I wake up at 8 a.m. and I don't like that it's 11:30.
That's all right. We're almost done. Like I said, we're at 7 minutes left now, right? So
As long as you pass out at exactly midnight, you'll be fine.
So, in summary, I love that we completed Peace Walker, and I love that everybody involved wants to continue working with me. And stay tuned for future projects to come.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, that was really cool. James and Crystal were there. Armin showed up.
Your mom was there.
My mom was there. I was there.
My mom
Your
was
mom
there.
and your sister made up just in time for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's a Thanksgiving miracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry, they'll be back at it before Christmas.
Oh, they're
they
boomerangs.
were back at it during Thanksgiving. But yeah, that was a really cool experience actually.
Mhm.
That was a lot of fun. It really was.
It was. I'm really glad that James and Armin came out. Like,
Yeah.
those are cool.
It was
friends
cool to
have.
show James the old studios. That was neat.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Little
The
terrible
most
basement.
history lesson.
wonderful time of the
Yeah,
year.
we're too embarrassed to keep recording down there, but we'll bring one of our most avid listeners there.
All right.
I have one thing to say about Thanksgiving. I loved it. I loved that we did charades. I didn't think that was going to happen. But one thing I will share is earlier in the day when Jordan wasn't at my Thanksgiving yet, I called him. And I was like, hey, man, are people yelling at each other at your Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. He's like, man. I'm like, what is that like? That's really nice.
And it was
And then
great.
Sydney said, nobody's yelling at each other. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Jordan, it's happening right now.
I didn't even hear that, to be honest
Yeah,
with
it's
you.
hilarious. It was hilarious. It was a funny moment for me. It'll be a good
You want to know the best way to really hype up your family members on Thanksgiving?
Politics?
Yeah, just start talking politics.
I mean,
Like, if you really like to cause some chaos, even talk about views that are even yours, but you know that, like, the other person just completely despises. Just be like, yeah, I 100% support such and such policy. It's the greatest policy ever. And watch as the fireworks just happen.
see, I think I am the most politically tame person in my family. I legitimately believe that. Because I think on a certain scale, everyone in my family does not like my political views because I'm the to be fair guy. Well, to be fair, like most of my family is Trumpers.
So
right.
what you're telling me is that you're the family member that likes to play devil's advocate.
I do play devil's advocate because I'm like, well, to be fair, if in the chance that Kamala becomes president, this and this and this will be good things. If Trump becomes president, this and this and this will be good for things. I try to stay on the positive thought side, whatever the outcome is. And that's a good, formula to get everybody to hate me. Because to a negative-minded person, they will see how I approach politics, and they'll be like, they keep their mouth shut about politics on the podcast because, like, a negative-minded Democrat would be like, oh, they keep their mouth shut on the podcast because
We don't
they're-
talk about politics
they're-
on the podcast because people are too soft to understand that we have opinions, and you don't have to agree with our opinions.
Well, that's not at all why we don't talk about politics. But anyways,
Hmm.
like a negative-minded person on one side will think that we don't talk about politics because we're on the other side.
Yeah.
Like Republicans will be like, oh,
It's because they're Democrats.
it's because they're heavy freaking.
We are getting a little sidetracked, but
Yeah, it's whatever. But anyways, I mean that was Seim's doing. He's the one that fired. But can we get quickly into Fancers?
yes.
Seim,
Uh-huh.
what is something that you were taught as a child that you later in life found to be untrue?
Wow.
You gotta circle back to me.
Okay. Jordan, what did you say last year?
I
Or last week?
don't remember.
That's okay. Simple question for my friends. What is something you were told as a kid that you now believe to be untrue today? Now, I phrased it like that because maybe it's not like an old wives' tale where it's so blatantly untrue, but maybe it's a take that you've taken on as an adult that you no longer believe as a kid. Like, we're opening it to that possibility as well. Keep that in mind, Seim, if you're still thinking of an answer. But Deb Baker Belcher said, pouting with your lip out long enough, a bird will poop on it. Thank you, Deb. Thank you so much for that.
I was told that one a lot.
I never heard that one.
Yeah.
Vinny says, turning the lights on in the car while it's moving is illegal. That's what he was taught. That's what I was taught. I think a lot of people were taught that. Yeah, you can have your lights on in the car. Okay? It is not illegal. But I can't promise a cop won't pull you over because he was raised on the same merits. But anyways, Ben Yetter says sitting on the pot doesn't patch up your ailments.
Huh? I don't know that one.
I don't know. Ben's just a tad bit older, so maybe that's from a whole different generation. Sherry
Same
Song-
age as our parents.
Sherry Shank says eating tomatoes will make your hair curly.
I heard that one once or twice, but that was like when I was like a little kid.
She says Uncle Mike lied. I used to have an Uncle Mike.
I think I did too. Yeah. Yeah.
Dusty Zebert says eating the crust of your bread will make your hair curly. What's up with these hair curly things?
And women always trying to find beauty standards that they can't achieve.
And eating your carrots will make you have great eyesight.
Technically,
I still believe that second one.
Technically, that's. I mean, no, that's not true. But technically, it also is. It's
Yeah, you ever seen a rabbit wear glasses?
It's not the carrot itself. It's the vitamins and minerals in the carrots.
It won't improve your eyesight. It'll keep your eyes healthy. Okay.
You ever see a rabbit wear glasses? Boom. Boom. Drinking coffee will put hair on your chest.
Nothing will put hair in your chest except for growing up.
As a traditional
testosterone.
avid non-coffee drinker, I've probably had 50 cups of coffee in my life.
Dude, where did you post this
I think we're
Fancers
good.
thing?
Facebook.
It's always been on Facebook.
Yeah.
Is it under Skullstone?
No, it's under my personal.
Yeah, he posted on.
We
his
get
personal.
more traction when I ask on my personal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, follow the podcast on Facebook at Too Many Words Podcast.
It's because you don't commit to posting it on other platforms.
Yeah,
I think that's a big part of it.
I think you should commit to posting on there. You have the ability to. The only time he posts is when it's his freaking birthday. Hey, it's Jordan Van Cleve's
Did
birthday
this guy
today.
just make a post about his own birthday? You're darn tootin' right, I did. Okay, keep going, Isaac, please.
Amber Johnson says eating watermelon seeds will cause a watermelon to grow in your stomach, or swallowing gum will cause your body to malfunction. All right. Rachel says that when mom says maybe, it really means maybe. Now that I've raised a couple kids, I know that pretty much every time I say maybe, I really mean no.
Yes.
That is a great answer, actually, legitimately. That has been this week's Fancers. Seim, do you have an answer?
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Okay. So, I wasn't really told very many of these like lies as a child.
Well, doesn't necessarily have to be a lie. Maybe it's something that is more. What's it called?
I've also
Debatable?
never. I haven't been told very many fibs either. I mean,
So your parents were good parents?
Well, maybe it could be like up for discussion. Like, I was raised this way, but I've learned in my life that it's more beneficial to me to not be like that. You know.
Yeah, like fine dining etiquette.
Like
No, I'm pretty sure that when I raise a child, I'll raise it pretty similarly to how I was raised.
I mean, I
So,
think a lot of people would like to do that.
I think the only thing I'll cut out is the excessive amounts of yelling.
Know what's to open the door?
No, unless it's like if I have a daughter and it's their boyfriend, then I might do it.
No, you gotta do it back to your dad and like properly.
I have done that already.
No, I mean like actually be in an argument with your wife or someone and you open the door to your dad and you just scream what, like actually angry at him for no reason.
Oh no, I've never done it that way. I did. He knocked on the apartment door like when I still lived here, and I ripped open the door and I screamed what at him. And he's like, "Well, there's no need to yell." And I was like, "Dad, are you misremembering like when Tim came over to our house?" And he was like, I completely forgot about that. And I was like, yep, I'm sure you did.
That would
That's
be
really
like
funny.
a suppressible memory, yes.
But yes, I mean, my parents were just straightforward with it. Like, the reason that we didn't have the light on in the car was because it blinded Dad, and Dad didn't like it, so the light stayed off. If you
Yeah.
needed to find something, you figured it out.
I mean, I'd like to think I turned out pretty okay. Maybe I'm a little bit slower to the draw when it comes to actually like setting up my life, but that's because I'm a dream chaser. But like I legit think that if I raise my kid very well, I wouldn't say similarly. When my parents brought me up, let's just say that they have definite redemption arcs in my adulthood. But if my son turned out to be exactly like me, of course I would dislike the things that I dislike about myself, but I would believe that kid would be just fine.
We're gonna beat up your
What?
kid. Nothing.
Okay.
My kid's gonna beat up yours.
I for a long time I legitimately was like, if I raise my kids like like when I was younger, I was like, if I raise my kids on the same cartoons that I grew up with, I won't have to worry about them having like some
Well,
weird
families
ideas.
are doing that. Like that's a legitimate
Like my
thing.
kids growing up on like Ed and Eddie in Foster's home. That's fine. That would be just fine.
All right, Seim. Who or what do you dedicate this podcast episode
Whoa,
out to?
whoa. What's the question of the episode?
Oh, what is the question of the episode? I thought you said
You know
had
the difference between a salad fork and a regular fork.
Follow-up question. Is that important? I'll word that as best as I can on Facebook after this.
You got it? That's it then?
Yep.
All right.
Is knowing the difference between a regular fork and a salad fork important?
Seim, who or what do you dedicate this podcast episode out to?
I dedicate this podcast episode out to sleep.
Nice.
Everybody get some good sleep today.
Yeah.
I dedicate this podcast episode out to salad forks. Because that's funny.
I dedicate this podcast episode out to, if you're listening this far, congratulations. I recommend you go and stay tuned for the podcast episode that is our third annual Too Many Christmases.
Yeah. When are we recording that, by the way?
I'm talking to Andy. I'm trying to go for the 8th.
Okay.
Late.
I mean, it'll have to be, but like, yeah.
It'll have to be. But I'm going for the 8th, Sunday. But
It's this coming
Yeah.
Sunday, 1 week from today.
Mm-hmm.
Seim does work that day. If we do it early enough but late enough, Seim can be part of it. But like,
This is true.
if we do it,
I am going
If
to
you
try.
Like, if you did it like you did today, this is too late. I will not
Well,
be able
yes.
to save the whole thing.
it's
and
also
then
only going to be an
share.
hour-long recording this time too.
Only an hour, but it's a
Because-
special.
well,
episode.
here's the
No,
thing, it's
listen.
split up.
The
It's split
special
up.
is still going to be 2 hours. We're going to be doing a half-hour section at Fleur, and we're going to be doing a half-hour gaming section to launch Scaldstone
Yeah.
Gaming.
What I love about the beauty of the Too Many Christmases episode is that it is for now the third annual. It's always been in 30-minute brackets.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. So the first bracket is going to be us at Andy's. Second bracket
know what?
is going to be a movie review. Third bracket is us at Andy's still, but we're probably going to do something fun like a Christmas present exchange, gift exchange. And then the last 30 minutes is the sneak peek into Scaldstone Gaming launching 2025.
So what I just heard is that we're going to have a legitimate Too Many Christmases where we have multiple Christmases and Christmas events.
Yes.
Sounds
Yes.
perfect.
So now we have taken it very literally.
Yeah.
The Scald Stone gaming part will have to be recorded probably almost last second because the snowy part does not start until
Yeah,
like the 22nd.
yeah.
But that's
The
okay.
snowy
You
part.
think we can get away with doing that like Christmas Eve morning?
Oh.
I wanted to launch it on Christmas Eve.
We could do it the
'Cause, like,
23rd.
I
will,
work the 23rd.
I will figure out exactly when the snow starts on GTA Online, all right?
Okay.
And we will have to just record that.
But yeah,
as
that's my
soon as
dedication is the future 3rd annual Too Many Christmases. Please stay tuned. We did a really good showing on almost no marketing compared to the previous year, and we doubled the views.
possible. We do. I do want to push it really hard this year, though. If we can.
It's become like our baby. Like it really has.
Like we pushed it super hard the first year.
Like our bonus baby. Like
that's like the thing for
people
us.
tune in for
Oh.
Too Many Christmases.
Yes.
It's fun.
So I've got a second thing that I want to dedicate the podcast episode out to.
Okay.
What's
sure.
that?
This is your day.
Since we're coming up on a new year, I want to also dedicate this podcast episode out to my favorite year, which is 2020.
God damn it.
Okay. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, amen.
Amen on 3.
1, 2, 3.
Amen.
Amen.
It was really funny how delayed that was.